Welcome everyone to another live edition of 410 Sports Talk. I'm Glenn Martin here with my co-host James Haskell and of course DK in the background. And this is a glorious, glorious Christmas day as the Ravens provide a present under the tree for all Ravens fans, beating the Texans 31-2, regaining their rightful place atop the AFC North. It's been a long time coming, and let's be honest, the fraudulent Steelers are back where they belong, looking up at the real champions of the AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens, and we cannot wait to get into this. But before we do, Jimbo, who is sponsoring this week's episode?
Of course, you guys know who it is. It's Christmas time, and once again, we like to make a couple extra bucks Christmas today. But BetOnline is Santa Claus for some of us today, right? If any of you guys use BetOnline to bet on the Ravens taking the over, I'm sure you got couple extra shekels, but they continue to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action, the ability to watch it as the games as they happen, with the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, college basketball, NHL, and UFC. Head to BetOnline today, and don't forget to use the promo code BLEAV. That's Believe, BLEAV for the welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here. The BetOnline game might start here, Glenn, but the Baltimore Ravens Houston Texans game ended early.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. In glorious fashion. This was a snoozer. I mean, absolutely. Look, if you ate as much as I did today, because let me tell you, Jimbo, as soon as I felt space was available in my stomach, I filled the space. As soon as the space we made available, I filled it. And so I was a little sleepy throughout most of the part of the day. And then old Natty Bell has been treating me real nice today. So that also didn't help. I was laying there like too relaxed in this game going, I need some drama to wake me up a little bit. This was a complete trouncing, should have been a shutout. Can you remember a more complete game where everything hit on all cylinders? Offense, defense, special teams was perfect. There wasn't a misstep along the way, Jimbo. They played about as perfect a brand of football as they could have today.
Yeah. I mean, just like you said, think about not just the defensive strides that we've made as a team, the special team stride that we've made as a team. I'll say it here, Glenn. I agree with you 100%. Most complete game we've had. These past 3 games have gotten progressively more and more complementary in all 3 units complementing each other and doing their jobs. We are the most dangerous football team going into the postseason. 100%. I wholeheartedly believe that. We have had a hard We've had a hard schedule this year. We're in a tough division. We're in the better conference. We have the best quarterback in the NFL, despite what the media wants to try and brainwash us to think. Mm-hmm. What do they call it? The fake news?
Yes.
Yeah, we can have the fake news in the NFL. Yep. And the Baltimore Ravens are the scariest, most dangerous football team heading into the postseason. We literally took the Houston Texans for a walk.
Yep.
And removed their Mortal Kombat. Scissor!
Fatality, baby.
He takes it out. What does he take? The throat out and the heart's still beating or whatever. The whole thing, all that. I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm talking about. Right?
That's Dumb and Dumber. He puts the heart in the doggy bag and sends them packing.
Right. Yeah. See? So we just did all of that to the Houston Texans and they're division winners.
Made them look, just worse than pedestrian. Made these guys look like the worst team in football. It's a playoff football team, Jimbo. This is not, because I always hear, who'd you beat? This is a playoff football team. It might not look like it on Christmas, but they were certainly a football team. I want to start, DK, let's start hammering some of these super chats.
Well, really quickly, Glenn, before we get into those, did you see the offensive lineman, what they got Josh Allen for Christmas?
I didn't see it. No.
They got him a $50,000 MVP chain.
I love premature celebration.
And he's so happy with his little chain. Bro, first of all, if you win the MVP, take it. Lamar's been there, done that. Second of all, it would be one of the most fraudulent MVPs in the history of the NFL. Third of all, I can't wait to go to Buffalo and to smack them around, show them what the real MVP is, and hear the chants of the Ravens fans. MVP. Oh, my gosh. You know what? That reminds me. Glenn, I'm going to say this on air. I haven't said this off air. I know we want to go to a home playoff game.
Yeah.
Should we go to an away playoff game?
First plane trip?
Just saying. Just imagine going up to Buffalo, dude.
Imagine go. Oh, bro.
Dude, I mean,
Bro, you're getting this, Glenn. You're getting this, Glenn.
that might be a problem in Bills Mafia, dude.
That's true,
Maybe
dude.
on the plane. Maybe
That's
on the
true.
plane.
That's true,
Because
dude.
it
I
could
got a
get
lot.
dicey. It's cold up there. That make me a little nervous at
Yeah.
that landing. We'll have a couple brewskis in you, but
That's right. That's
just
right.
something to think about. Just saying.
Whew, that would be absolutely something else. Doomgoy says, what a Christmas present this was. Absolutely. We have a real contender here, boys. Defense is looking legit again, and the offense looks unstoppable. Always at 9. Yes, he is at 9, Jimbo. He damn near had his 10th in that game.
He did.
Look, I mean, it couldn't go down. Like, this is the most perfect. It's going to go down to last game. He needs one more sack. I mean, it couldn't be any better than this, Jimbo. And look, I was talking to my brother-in-law, Shane, and he said, look, man, I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm rooting for the Baconator. Everyone's rooting for the Baconator, Jimbo. They don't want to see me run. They want to see you eat that Baconator.
That's sad. You know,
no,
sad.
dude. They
Guys,
need it. They need.
I just want Glenn to live long and prosper. Okay, that's it. That's it. Sean Piskett. But you're right. Look, it's coming down to the wire. It's really going to be interesting because I know I don't want to get too far ahead and we'll knock out these super chats, but I mean, I don't think Jameis Winston's going to be starting, so it's going to be what's his name?
Dorian Thompson, right? And he got sacked a lot last week.
Right. So I'm a little nervous, but it'll be really funny if Ajabo gets
Tavius Robinson. Yeah. Yeah, that would absolutely. Sean Pisker back in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. The legend that is Sean Pisker. Hey, Sean, I'll have you know, you'll be very proud. I called a designated driver last Saturday. I did not choose to get behind the wheel of the vehicle. I chose to drink responsibly, Sean. But Merry Christmas to you and yours as well. He says he loves the show as always, but don't forget, Allen is the MVP. Yeah. I mean, holy smokes, did Lamar put on an absolute show tonight? Let me start putting some of these stats up here as we continue to hammer out these super chats. But you know what? Appreciate you, Sean. Thank you for everything, man. I appreciate you.
And shout out to Lamar Jackson breaking the record, the rushing record. The all-time record at 27 years old. I think that was a record that a lot of people thought was going to take a really long time to be broken based on how unique Mike Vick was as a player. And it's crazy because I feel like Lamar is even more unique than Mike Vick was.
Yep.
Just shout out to Lamar Jackson, 27 years old. Now the NFL leading rusher in NFL history as a quarterback. Just absolutely insane.
Yeah, and about to hit 4,000 yards passing.
And in 40 less games, as Sean says. That's crazy.
That is insane. Absolutely insane. And look, Michael Vick, I mean, obviously there's many differences, but the biggest difference is Michael Vick never studied and learned to actually play the quarterback position. And look, what Tom Brady was gushing over him last week, it's with good reason. This guy is absolutely incredible.
Mm-hmm.
OBJ tweeted it out during this game. I can't remember the exact tweet, but like, we just can't take for granted what we're seeing here from Lamar Jackson. 10 of 15 today, 168 yards. 2 touchdowns, no picks, was sacked 1 time. He goes on to add a 48-yard touchdown run and, 87 overall on the ground with that touchdown. He was absolutely unbelievable. That toss to Andrews for what was that, 60-something yards was absolutely unbelievable. How
only Lamar can make that play.
Right. Like, and first of all, you see why Justice Hill's in there on passing downs. Like, that guy put a move on Derrick Henry and got right by his ass to get to Lamar, but it just didn't matter. He's too good. He gets out of there, finds Mark Andrews for 67. Did you think Mark should have scored there, Jimbo? Should he have scored? Is he going to be embarrassed in film room?
No, I mean, look, he's a tight end, and they're DBs back there. Like, in theory, DBs are supposed to be faster than tight ends, right?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Smaller.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, it was kind of embarrassing anytime you get caught, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, no doubt. They the tight ends, like I mentioned, Jimbo, I thought that they might have the biggest impact. I thought they might go a heavier set with the absence of some of the guys on the outside. And, man, look, I mean, Isaiah Likely, the big touchdown. How long did Lamar Jackson bought so much time on that?
Was it
Isaiah
7
Likely.
seconds?
Dude, the guy just couldn't rush him. He just had to dance lateral with him, and he could never get any closer to him. And Likely had so much time to go, oh, I shouldn't stay in the flat. I'll just go over there in the end zone and catch a touchdown. No problem. Unbelievable, Jimbo.
I mean, it was like a double, triple, quadruple, 5 moves that it was full-on backyard football.
Crazy, bro.
Exactly what it was. Ravens Nation says Ravens win, Steelers lose. Merry Christmas, flock. Let's go. But just like Glenn said off the top, I mean, we kind of saw this coming, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, they started out fast. And just remember, guys, it's a long race.
Fraudulent.
Yeah, 100%. Mouth breathing way too soon.
Dude, did you see the temper tantrum the entire game that George Pickens was throwing? He has had enough of the bullshit in Pittsburgh. He is first of all, he should have gotten a couple other flags than the one that he did get for taking his helmet off out of frustration. But that guy is about to blow his lid and put a mic in front of his face and let him talk about it. I'd love to hear it.
Yes, same.
Let's see. Maggie Liz says, Merry Christmas, guys. Love my Ravens. Appreciate it, Maggie. We certainly love our Ravens as well. And
man, Merry Christmas. I like that.
My man. I love that. Yeah. What'd you see from Keaton Mitchell today? Had the one long catch, the 28-yard screen pass. Other than that, didn't see a ton.
No.
I know he was your pick to click. And look, he got the effort. 11 carries. I don't think I would have guessed I got 11 carries.
Well, that's because we wrapped the game up so soon.
That's a good point.
And it was like, for me, I kept getting worried about Derrick Henry taking hit after hit after hit, only because it's been, 11? What was it, 11 days and 3 games or something like that?
Yeah.
Something crazy.
That's why he's here, Jimbo.
No, you're right. But like after the game was out of reach.
Yeah.
Let's give it a sec. Let's let the guy breathe, right? Like he's done his job. Let's let him breathe. So yeah, I'm pretty surprised by that number. I didn't see a ton. Wasn't super excited about a ton. The thing is that he's just missing his next gear.
Yeah.
Right now he's a 5-gear car, and generally he's 6.
Yeah.
He just needs time.
We'll get that gear back next year.
Yeah, I think so.
But I do think I hope that Justice Hill gets himself squared away. I hope he has no long-standing effects after the concussion, because I do think we're going to need that guy going forward, certainly into the playoffs. What he does as a pass protector and a third down back is I don't think it's replaceable by who we have on the roster behind him. So hopefully that guy gets back out there and he's the Justice Hill we remember before the knockout. Sasha says, eerily similar game to last year against San Francisco. It really was. I mean, it was they didn't get the hype that San Fran got. I mean, San Fran was getting best in the league type hype, where nobody is calling the Texans the best team in the league. They're nothing more than a playoff maker. They're not really, they're certainly not a contender for the Super Bowl, but they're a good enough team to make the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, same result. Beatdown, Jimbo. Absolute beatdown.
Yeah, no, a lot of fun. I'm okay. I'm a fan of the Ravens playing on Christmas. Let's keep that one going.
Yeah, and then the stretch is over.
Yeah, exactly. Get this like super bye thing. Robbie Pate says Christmas sweater is amazing. Let's go, gang. Getting a compliment on the clothes. What's up? Love it. What is that, by the way?
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Oh, is it nice?
That's right.
I love it. That's awesome.
Right.
Love
it.
Let's see. Tank Bramansky says, all the sad Texas fans close-ups made my night. So true. Poor folks.
Yes.
I don't feel bad for them. Oh, geez.
Yeah, no, I don't feel bad one bit. I loved watching it. Yeah, I mean, this team's hitting on all cylinders when it matters most.
Yep.
It'll be interesting. Do they have, we're going to certainly get into it on our next episode, but I wonder, do they have anything to play for next week as far as, like, do they have to win to keep the division lead? Is that
No, they've already clinched the division.
So can they move anything as far as seeding? Can they go from 4 to 3? Like, is there any movement, or are they now locked in where they're
4 seed?
So can they get to 3?
Nope.
That's the question.
No, because they only have 9 victories. We have 11.
No, I'm saying, can the Ravens
move?
Are they stuck? Are they
right?
Are they,
we can get to 3. Yes, because it can end up being we're 3 and Pittsburgh is 6.
We're
Yes.
3 now. We're 3 now. Okay.
Oh, right, because we're now the division leader.
Gotcha. Okay. So does
Can
next
we get to
week's
2, DK?
game?
We can get to 2? I don't think so.
I think we're 2. Oh, if they lose out and we win out.
Who?
If
Buffalo
loses this weekend, then loses the last
Who do
week.
they play this upcoming weekend? I don't
I'd have
remember.
to check on that. Yeah, I'd have to check. But yeah, I'd be interested to see.
They play the Jets and then the Patriots.
Come on.
Yeah. What are the chances,
Come
right?
on. They're absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Absolute garbage. Yeah, Pittsburgh has 10 wins. We still have to win. Okay, good. I kind of hope for that. JP Bug says, Happy Mary. KC is the final hurdle. Yeah. Oh wait. You know what? It got me thinking. Of course, how fitting would this run be, Jimbo? I mean, you're talking about it's every 12 years, right? We won in 2000. We won in 2012. Now it's 2024. That
Let's
would
go,
fit
baby.
the every 12-year mold. We had the last time we won, we had the devastating loss with the Cundiff miss and the Lee Evans drop. And then we come back the next year and we right all the wrongs along the way. We beat the Colts in the first round. We beat Peyton Manning in the second round, beat Tom Brady, and then win the Hard Bowl at the end. I can see it, Jimbo. I see a path where we beat the damn Steelers at home. We go and beat Buffalo in Buffalo. We go to Arrowhead and knock off the Chiefs. And then we right the wrong of losing to Philly early this season, and we beat Philly's ass in the Super Bowl. We go on the most storybook run. And we absolutely bring everything back to Baltimore, Jimbo.
Let's go, baby. I would love to see that. That would be awesome. And yeah, it seems fitting. Tone the Virgo says, Merry Christmas. I just wonder, does Dan Orlovsky still think the MVP race is over? Actually, it is Lamar MV3. Yeah, apparently the Buffalo Bills do. It ain't. And look, it's fun for us to worry about it. I love that Lamar doesn't care. So he's like, dude, been there, done that. Walk down that road. He wants a Super Bowl MVP is what Lamar Jackson wants. And I think that's what we're rooting for as well. So look, Tone, you know as well as I do off the top that this would be the most fraudulent MVP that we've seen in a long time if he ends up winning it. So it is what it is. But if he ends up winning it as in Josh Allen. But yeah, you're right. 100%. It should right now this belongs to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, like here's what I don't get, Jimbo. Everyone said like the arguments against him are such bull. First of all, they talk about they always go, well, it's because they have Derrick Henry. He has Derrick Henry. How can the impact that Derrick Henry has? How can we give it to Lamar Jackson? It's like people aren't getting that how much benefit King Henry is getting from Lamar Jackson. He's leading the league in yards before the first contact. He's got over 550 yards before anyone touches him. Why the heck? Do you think it's because look, our offensive line is playing well? But do you think it's because our offensive line is so goddamn special? The hell no. It's because of Lamar Jackson that Derrick Henry is getting 550 yards before anyone touches him. Like he's the reason that Derrick Henry hits everyone the full head of steam. Like everyone acts like it's such a detriment. It's like, can we not forget that the reason that Derrick Henry has all these yards and touchdowns is because Lamar Jackson's in the backfield with him? I mean, he's a good player. Of course, he's a great player. Let's not act like he's not benefiting from Lamar Jackson. And every stat, we already know the results. So, yeah, it's foolishness. Absolutely foolish. Yeah. Oh, what'd you think of Beyonce's performance, Jimbo?
I didn't watch it.
Didn't watch any of it?
Nah, I was busy making dinner. I usually try and I'm trying to make my halftime useful. Like with the kids and stuff like that. Yeah, I watched none of it.
I didn't like it. I wanted songs I knew, and maybe I'm old and this is my fault, but I wanted songs I knew, songs I could maybe sing along with, maybe nod my head to. I didn't know a single song she sang other than Jolene, because of course.
I don't know that song.
Jolene. You don't know Jolene?
Is it her as an original song or is it a remake?
Hell no, it's not her original song.
Okay, I might know it then, like the original version. Yeah.
Chat, he doesn't know Jolene, chat.
Sorry, guys. I do. I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe you're just doing a horrible job singing it.
I mean, if I say Jolene, that should be enough said, right? DK, Am I crazy or am I right? Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
I don't know
I've already forgiven you, but the Ravens are 2-0 when Beyonce's in the building.
It's true. Yeah, I wouldn't be against Beyonce doing another halftime show as long as the lights don't go out, in the Super Bowl once we get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else we got? We up to date on chats?
Look, people are pissed. Come on now, Ravens show. Come on, Ravens show.
Yeah, it's a family show.
Dolly Parton she's Kirby.
Oh gosh. Jax Cordella says, Merry Christmas, boys. Or called his best game getting pressure on Stroud MV3. Yeah, no, I mean, it's exciting. We kind of talked about this, but we didn't really emphasize the defense. Yeah. It's exciting now that the defense has really come along. I mean, this defense did a ton to shut down this offense. What did they have in total yards? Was it like under 200?
211.
Okay, just barely over 200. I mean, that's just insane. Insane.
They had more
By the way, didn't I
drives,
say
Jimbo.
430 for the Baltimore Ravens?
I think you did. Actually, I have it up.
Yeah.
You said, oh, man, Jimbo's on his game. He said 430. You did. I hope it didn't come down to that.
I doubt it did. I'm sure I lost.
I did not beat. But Jimbo, look, 11 possessions.
Hold on,
to
Glenn,
our
your
10.
mic. Wait. Just give it a sec. Okay, never mind. He just... I'll get to the super chat. Mossy says, Merry Christmas. What's the best part of defense? Today's shutout or grown. Even early on, some missed CJ throws. Then defense shut them out. You're absolutely right, Mossy. That is the best part. I mean, the defense has grown tremendously. You know, you can see the stats here on the screen. It's just been exciting to see the combination of Kyle Hamilton and Ardarius Washington. And it's interesting because the more I think about it, Ardarius did thrive in a similar situation in college where he had a big, rangy, physical safety next to him that allowed him to do what he's good at, right? So he's in a favorable scenario. Obviously, it's working great for the Ravens. What's his name? Oh my gosh. Roquan seems like he's got his step back, right? Like he doesn't seem worn out and mentally exhausted before every single snap. Didn't Chris Board get a sack today?
Yes, he did, because I thought it was Oweh.
So did I. That's the only reason I'll remember it, because I'm like, I saw a 9 on the shoulder, but I'm like, no.
Yes.
And I saw 49. I'm like, whoo, okay, good. But
I love
yeah,
it came
Glenn.
down to the way it did, man. I love it.
Jeez.
One game left, 1 sack remaining. It couldn't be more fitting. But Jimbo, as I was saying before my mic went out, 11 possessions to our 10, and yet 10 first downs, Jimbo, is all they could muster compared to 25 for the Ravens. And look, someone pointed out in the comments that we didn't give them enough credit for cutting down on penalties last week. Look, part of that was because I was outside in a different universe, but I will give them credit right now. I mean, 3 penalties for 30 yards. I think they had 2 penalties last week. That's finally seemingly getting better. And look, one of those 30, the most of the yards was on that Marlin pass interference. Was about the most bullcrap pass interference call I've seen in a long, long time. Total horseshit call.
Yeah, that was wild.
I mean, nobody bought into that call. Sterator didn't buy into it. No, Olsen didn't. Nobody was buying into that shit call. And yet they still only had 3 penalties for 30 yards, had no turnovers. I mean, they just played absolutely phenomenal. And I just hope that they can continue this going into the playoffs because, man, it looks like they're going right. They're going like this, Jimbo. They are soaring and climbing altitude. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Were you hoping to see Cleveland today? Were you at all disappointed that Falele was able to get out there even with the injury? Okay.
No.
A lot of people were hoping to see Cleveland.
No, I mean, dude, come on. It's so late in the season, guys. Let's ride with the guys we got. Like, it is what it is. Cleveland's not out there for a reason. John's smarter than me at football. Like, just is what it is. Sean Pisker says, Darius quickly becoming one of my favorite Ravens.
Yes.
Dude is a dog. Yeah, he is right now currently my favorite Raven. It's hard to say like Lamar's not your favorite. Derrick Henry's are already up there as well. But Ardarius, based on his
story,
the rap sheet he had coming in, the adversity he went up against. Rap sheet as in like his draft sheet is what I should say, right? Like going undrafted, being a smaller guy, having to use what he's good at to really stand out, and kind of rise up to a pivotal part of this defense. I agree with you, Sean. 100%. Dude's a dog.
Yeah, and that hit was. I mean, you can see Mixon didn't think that hit was coming. He didn't know. He didn't know he was bringing that kind of noise in his small size.
Nope.
That guy, he prevented that touchdown by himself. Oweh got that sack. Stone 31 says, yes, he did get that sack. It was beautiful. I mean, the speed in which he closed on Stroud was sensational, Jimbo. And look, we got to give KVN credit. That guy continues to do amazing things. He's up to 11.5 sacks on the season. And I mean, it's crazy the kind of value they got from this guy. Not a huge contract, but what he brings as a locker room veteran. And then, I mean, the edge rusher that he is, 11.5 sacks is sensational, man. He's a beast.
100%, man. I love watching KVN. He's about the only BYU guy I like outside of Dennis Pitta. I wonder why I like them both. But yeah, man, it is coming down to the wire with Oweh. Yeah. And I wonder if Oweh knows about this.
If he
Is there
does,
any way
he's got to be pulling for me. I rooted for him
that's
to
what I'm
have
saying.
success.
Is there any way that he knows about the bet?
Tag him,
Is
guys.
there any chance?
Tag him. Is he a social media guy?
I don't know.
I don't ever see him if he even has one. I'm sure he has one, but
yeah, I don't know. But no, man.
JP Bug says it best. 9, baby.
Yeah.
He said 9.
Yeah, he does. Absolutely.
There's no way Oway doesn't know.
There's no way Oway.
My man, a member for 4 months. Asmodeus Sonatos.
Go!
Appreciate you always showing love and support. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hope you have a very Merry Christmas to you and yours.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, what a fantastic way to spend Christmas watching this absolute beatdown. And I mean, it's crazy where we're feeling right now from a confidence standpoint, where we've come and where we're at right now.
Yep.
I honestly, I feel fantastic about this team, Jimbo.
But you know what it's going to be? I know there's some reservation in there, Glenn. Can we get it done? Like, the images of this year are the same, right? Like, I hate to be the splash of cold water, right? But we've seen Lamar sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter. We've seen the Ravens blow people out. We've seen the defense play well. We've seen Lamar win the MVP.
Yeah.
I believe that we can absolutely get it done in the playoffs. And I believe that we will. But we need to see.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
But I'm a believer. I'm not one that says he can't. I know that he can. It's just a matter of when, not if. And I think this year he will. But there's still certainly that box to check.
Yeah. And look, Redbeard, I think might. And look, every great team and every a fan apologist for their team will say this. But I think Redbeard's right. I think the only team that can beat us is us. I think if we just play our game, if we play our best, our A game, I don't think we can be beaten. But there's plenty of examples of where we come out and we don't play our A game. In fact, we play our E game and we lose to teams we shouldn't lose to. So yeah, I mean, just hope we got our A game, man. It looks good. I mean, look, our defensive coordinator just called his best game of his career. Our offensive coordinator and quarterback seem to be back in lockstep and just finding guys wide open all over the field. And let's hope that they learn from some of the missteps along the way and just realize, look, this is who we are. This is what we do. Let's stick to the game plan, not get too cute. Things like that. Daniel Hudson says, great game. Mitchell looked fine to me, but got a lot of yards at the end of the game when they knew what we were doing. Jackson, MV3. Yeah, Mitchell looked okay, but he's not Keaton Mitchell yet.
No, he's not there yet. I think he'll get there. It's just not going to be this year. But look, if we need him in the postseason, let's hope that he finds that gear, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, you got, and I think, oh man, I don't know about this year. Maybe. I guess there's a chance he could find that gear in the postseason, but I'll be okay if Justice is back out there.
Yeah, no, 100%. Let's see. Asad Rahman says, Merry Christmas, fellas. Shout out to the team and the fans for getting the cherry on top to Christmas. The Ravens win and a Steelers loss. Have to be the Grinch, though, and be overly critical of Harbs again?
Oh.
What are you being overly critical?
What's the critique?
I mean, today, at least, there's not
a whole lot to critique.
Yeah.
I wish we knew at the end of that.
Yeah.
Don't leave us hanging here, man.
I know, dude.
Don't leave us hanging. Oh, I see the chat is getting really the chat is getting lively about the MVP argument, Jimbo. It looks like somebody's trying to say that it only thing that matters is win-loss, apparently, according to someone. Well, if that's all that matters, then give the award to Mahomes. I mean, he's got the win-loss record. Let's just throw out every statistic. Let's throw out every strength of schedule stat. Let's throw out, I mean, don't watch the games. Just simply open the newspaper, pull up the standings, and who has the best record? They win MVP. I mean, that is a silly, I mean, just ridiculous argument. It's not like Lamar Jackson's missing the playoffs in doing this. He's going to be the 3 seed, and you're arguing the 2 seed, not the 1, is that much of a leap as far as team success. It's nonsensical. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's just wild. Like, we're smarter than that, guys. We just are.
Just the win-loss, that's the only thing. Just ignore every other piece of evidence. Stop it. That's just silly.
Yeah, it's let's see. Voldegard?
Sounds right. Old guard.
Old guard? Okay. All right, fair enough. Those NFL MVP odds have gotten tight now. Josh is a minus 185 now, and Lamar's plus 135. Yeah, they have tightened up, and they'll continue to do so. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's call it what it is. They pushed the Josh Allen thing a little too premature after a loss, mind you, is when they really started to pick up.
Really weird.
Really wins
weird.
And losses. He lost. Let's see. I'm on Assad Rahman says 2 minute. This is a follow-up to his critique about John. 2-minute drill, that big play to Keaton. We had 3 timeouts, 1 minute left. We should have regrouped. Instead, we punt, and we are up 17-2 going to the half. We should have been 20-2, 3 scores. KC wouldn't have taken that.
2-minute drill, a big play to Keaton. We had 3 timeouts, 1 minute. We should have regrouped, but instead we punt. Okay. I mean, yeah, maybe if you had to be a little nitpicky, you could criticize some of that, but I think the outlook there is we have this team dominated. Let's not risk giving them any momentum by some fluke turnover to take place just before half and potentially flip the momentum in this game. I think they just said we're dominant, we're dominating. Let's punt the ball and see what happens. I see what you're saying though, Assad. If you had to be nitpicky,
yeah,
you're being a little nitpicky, right?
Yeah, for sure. I've been that guy. Don't worry, Assad. I've been that guy. Jay Wallace says, y'all see the Hamilton pick? Dude laid out. Yeah, man.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. The guy just finds different ways to show how good he is at football every game.
He is an absolutely he's a freak show.
Yeah.
He's an absolute freak show. I'm so 100%. Glad that the Ravens didn't fall for the draft stock falling and took that guy.
Yep. Stick to your guns. All right, let's get to this one. Daddy's got to put the kids to bed.
No, look, it's crazy. It feels later than it is. 8 o'clock. It was dark by what, 4?
And so Henry right now is in full on, I call seek and destroy mode after 8 o'clock. He just runs around and finds anything that he can grab and pull off the shelves or you know what I mean? That's all he does when he's too tired. Let's see. Keenan Short. Did we skip Dungoy? DK. Oh, okay. Keenan Short says, hey, fellas, live in Texas. Been with the Ravens since 98. Big fan. I knew when Stroud was crying last week, he had a victory. Thanks for everything. I think he meant we had a victory because of the Tank Dell injury. I believe. Man.
It looked like it affected him big time.
For sure. And hopefully,
dude, did you see the injury, Jimbo?
Yeah,
the report? Did you see all
all that happened to his knee? I mean, everything that could have possibly happened. Yeah.
It's gone. I mean, multiple surgeries.
Yeah. He gets shot last year. Gets his knee destroyed this year.
So bad, too.
And I like him a lot. I think he's a good football player, good story. I think he went to University of Houston, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
man. That's a bad one. It's just those types of ones. It's you wonder if he'll ever be what he was, because it was so extravagant, the injury.
Yep, 100%.
But appreciate Kenyon. Hopefully I said your name correctly. But look, guys, I think everybody's getting a little sleepy. I know I had an early morning this morning getting up as my son could not wait to start opening the presents.
Oh, yeah.
We are super appreciative to have over 600 people in
Thank
here.
you so much for
entire episode.
Joining us on Christmas.
Yes, thank you guys so much. And of course, thank you to the Ravens for putting on a show and making us all have a relaxing Christmas. No sitting on the edge of the seat for this one. We will be back in the not too distant future. But that's it for us tonight, guys. Have a good one. See you.